Wow. I don't think I've ever worn a hat on the podcast.
You're gonna really gag the girls with this one. You're like, wow, DL trade.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Are you ready?
For useless banter.
The banter that is useless. Hi, my name is Louise.
And my name is Brett.
Welcome to Use This Banter.
A podcast where two best friends won't
Shut the fuck up. Basically a podcast where we talk about a bunch of useless shit that doesn't really matter, but it's highly entertaining.
Heavy on the highly entertaining. So,
Raise your glasses.
So drop your expectations and raise your glasses.
Raise your glasses, lower your expectations, and let's get useless.
Like,
You guys, also, we're filming this. We've never filmed in the morning before.
no, and I just woke up.
Yeah, so we literally just woke up and came. Well, I worked this morning, but we usually film later in the day. So good morning.
I was walking here with ice under my eyes. So
And listen, he's a real one for being here.
yeah. How are you?
I'm so good. It's been 12 hours since I saw you last. Maybe 8, honestly.
Oh God, yes.
Okay. Well, we are so excited to be here today. I'm so grateful.
Honestly, I think I need some wine at 10
Okay,
a.m.
in the morning is crazy, honestly, work. Here we go. Cheers.
Cheers, sister.
Sister.
Oh wow, that's really good.
Vintage, imported from France.
Oh, you haven't worn this in a while.
Yeah, I finally washed them, honestly.
Oh,
they were
word.
so dirty and disgusting, and
Yeah.
I finally washed them.
I need to do that with my Converse too. Honestly, I might do that before Pride.
Oh my God, yeah. Yeah, I'm wearing my little Pride high top Converse that I haven't worn. Also, they're a platform, so it gives me a couple inches.
Oh, thank God. Thank God.
Okay, y'all. Well, today we are getting into it.
Yeah.
Y'all know we
Little
love us a game.
Hot Takes Takeover.
Hot Takes Takeover.
Yeah, let's get into
Let's
it.
get into it. Makes me want to hot talk real bad. Okay. So first one.
Okay, let's get into it. So,
This is a good one. Wait. Okay. You shouldn't move in with someone before traveling with them.
that's so fucking real.
Yeah.
I wow. Yeah, that one ate so hard.
Chomp chomp nom nom.
Cause after traveling with you, I think I realized I would never want to live with you.
You're such a lie. You bitch.
No. I could absolutely live with you. But no, I do agree. I think that traveling with someone, you learn so much
Yeah, you do.
about them because you're just it's so much time. There's no breaks. You don't really get breaks from someone.
Yeah.
And so you really get to see how much they drain your social battery and
The day-to-day, the little things. I mean, yeah, I agree. It's just, it is kind of a test run, It's even if it's a week or 2 weeks or whatever, I think a decent amount of time, a weekend is kind of short. I feel yeah, you can see that, but I feel honestly, go on a big trip with someone, travel with them for a
2-week trip.
A 2-week trip, something like that, where you guys really are on it, together for that long. Because then you just see the little, it's the behind the scenes that you don't normally see.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So, I mean, I agree with that. I definitely think so.
Yeah.
It's almost when people get a pet first to see if how they parent together, which
Right.
obviously it's different when a kid comes into play, but it is kind of a nice little test run.
No, I definitely think that that's a smart decision to do.
Yeah.
I wish I would have maybe done that myself in the past.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Cause how soon do you move in with someone?
Well, my first relationship, we moved in after 2 months of dating. But we ended up living together great. Living together was never an issue.
Okay. 2 months is wild.
Is insane. But it was I was young and rent was so expensive that it was we could cut it in half. That's when I was not balling,
Yeah.
So it just made more sense financially.
Yeah, like,
And we were just like young and very deep in love, and so
yeah.
it was honestly so fun.
I mean, I think I'd be different now than I was
Same,
before, you
same,
know.
same,
So
same.
I get that because I was the opposite though. I was with my ex for 3 years and we never lived together.
Yeah,
But I think that's also because I low key knew it wasn't like
the one.
the one. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. So I was nervous to make that commitment. I think obviously if I felt differently, I probably would have made that jump a little sooner.
yeah.
But I was also at that point in my life like just very afraid of being vulnerable.
Yeah.
So like there was a lot to learn there.
Okay.
Okay, most people know within 30 minutes if they date you seriously.
That's
Yeah.
interesting. I'm thinking about it from my perspective, like when I like meet someone or when I'm on a date with someone. Like yes, but also no.
Explain.
Because
Yeah.
like yes, in the sense where like you meet someone and they're like, "Oh my god, they're attractive." They like I feel like you can get a feel for someone that's like you would consider boyfriend material just from like their aesthetics, the way they carry themselves, the way they talk, if there's like an attraction there. And sometimes I feel like the attraction blinds you,
Mm.
you know. I mean, certainly blinds me sometimes where I'm like, oh my god, I definitely date this person, but then it's like I don't really know them, so like, would I really date this person? Like, I need definitely more than 30 minutes to know whether or not this person could
Yeah.
be my boyfriend. But I do think in the moment, it's like that smitten kind of like rose-colored glasses where you're like, oh my god, you're imagining a life with them in 30 minutes, you know?
I don't imagine my life with everything.
Or
No, I think I mean I've always been a slow burn kind of person, but with that said, I think there's a difference between being like, oh, this person is the one, and then just being like, oh, I would date this person seriously.
right.
So like if we're talking like, oh, I would give this person the time of day to like actually date them, I think if you give me 30 minutes, I'll know whether I want to actually go on more dates with you.
I think that's it.
You know what I mean? Like
In
I'll
30 minutes, I know if I want to see you again.
yeah, yeah. Like I'll definitely be like, oh, I don't know, it's like a mix of like either I can just tell from like the banter, the things we're talking about that maybe it's not a full fit, or I'm like, there's potential here and I really do think that this could be a match. Of course, I agree. Like I'm not like, oh, I'm in love with this person after 30 minutes because I don't know that person. You
Right,
know, there's
right,
definitely
right.
a lot more to learn. But I think just for me, in terms of like that initial interaction, I feel like for the most part, not always, but for the most part, I can be like, oh, this is actually somebody that I would consider dating,
Right,
you know?
right, right.
So yeah, but I agree.
It's like a
taking
vibe. And in 30
Mhm.
minutes, I can see for sure if like we're vibing
Yeah.
enough to that there could be potential.
Like,
over
are
there.
you a fuck boy? Are you not? Are you, you know what I mean? Like, whatever
Yeah,
it is, like,
yeah.
you know? So I do think that there's
No, 100%.
some truth in that.
Okay, well
Mhm.
then this is on the flip end of that. Most people know within 5 minutes whether they date you or just hook up with you.
Okay, wait. People would know within 5 minutes whether they date you
Whether they date you or just hook up with you. So the difference. So I guess
between
maybe
5 and
like
30.
So like in 30 minutes you can tell you allegedly could see if you would like date this person, but in 5 like you'd be like no if you'd want to hook up with them.
I mean, okay, this is interesting because I didn't used to be. This never was my dynamic before, but now it kind of is, strangely enough. But like, I feel like before I would say yes. Like, I'd be like, oh yeah, within 5 minutes, I know I'm either just gonna have a good time with you, or this is what this is, or I really want to date you. Because I was always the kind of person who's like, if I really like you, which is still the case, like if I meet you and initially I really like you and I'm like, oh, I could see myself, you know, really liking this person, then I don't always want to hook up with you right off the bat. Like I'm usually like,
Right.
let me take my time. But on the flip side, I've hooked up with people that then I'm like, oh, we had a really good time and we actually vibed before and after. Like we'll hang out, we'll chat, we'll, I don't know, anything, you know, and have a connection where both of us honestly end up afterwards being like, hey, would you actually want to go grab a drink? So like sometimes you're surprised,
Yeah.
you know?
Yeah. No, I mean, I love that route. I love the hookup first and then go on a date after.
work, work.
But yeah, I mean, I think I can tell
Yeah.
within 5 minutes if I'm down to hook up with you.
Yeah.
But then I think during and after the hookup is when I can tell whether or not
I
I'm
want to
like,
hang out with you.
yeah, whether or not this could be something like I could actually spend time with you
Yeah.
in a
I
normal
agree.
setting.
I agree. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, it's like so interesting that dynamic because I feel like it is, I feel, I could be wrong, but very much a gay culture thing where it's like the hookup comes first and then the relationship comes after because I know friends who have gotten into relationships like that.
Oh
Like they've
yeah,
hooked up with this
same,
person and then they're like, oh,
same.
we really enjoyed each other and they've been dating for
Yeah,
years.
it's like the grinder love story.
Yeah,
I was
literally.
actually talking about that yesterday with my straight trainer, because I was like filling him in on my tea and just like,
Yeah.
oh whatever, I met this guy, blah blah blah, just giving him the full rundown. And we were talking about specifically that how like a lot of times in gay culture, it's like the hookup comes first, and then the date comes second, or the interest in getting to
Mm-hmm.
know someone comes second.
Mm-hmm.
And he was just like, yeah, that is very
N-
interesting. Like it's
not the same.
definitely not the same.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because he's like, even with his girlfriend, is like he had to pursue her
Yeah.
and stuff, and then whatever, and then the hookup comes and whatever. It's just, yeah, gay culture's, it's just different. It's just two men dating, or like, I don't know. It's like we're just, a lot of times gay men are just eager to do a test run. And then the test run will dictate whether or not they'd like to have a conversation
Well,
with you.
I mean that, but I also think it's just the nature of the hookup that honestly that's how you're meeting people sometimes
Well,
is
yeah,
through
that's
is through
honestly
those
real.
apps.
Yeah.
Like you meet new people and then you're like, oh wait, this person's actually kind of
Actually
cool.
cool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
it's like I think it's just the nature of I'm not to say that that happens all the time, but it is very common because the hookup and the dating and the grinder is very common and prevalent in the gay
Yeah. Yeah,
community,
yeah,
you
yeah.
know. But yeah,
Yeah.
but it's so interesting because yeah, back in the day, I feel like I was at that mindset and friends with a lot of straight girls and people that like that was how I approached relationships too.
Yeah.
But it's funny now being a little more immersed in the gay community, having more gay friends, being more open with like my sexuality and that side of things that like I've encountered the opposite, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So yeah.
Some people stay single because they secretly love the chase more than the relationship.
Yeah, I think so. I think
I
that's real.
definitely think so too. I
Yeah.
think that a lot of people, and I think like even like us to some extent, like I think everyone enjoys a little bit of a chase because I think when it becomes like so easy and like so accessible, it feels like there's no like work for it, and it's like I think like a programmed thing, especially for men, because like something within like men like to like work for things or like feel like challenged for things, like they can get something, it's like a for their ego. um but I think that there's a healthy bit of chase versus you're chasing just for the ego stroke, and then the second that you get the ego stroke you release because you're
Yeah.
like, well, I don't need it anymore, I got it.
Mhm.
And I do think that's also prevalent in the gay community
Yeah.
because it's always like, I just want to know that I could have that,
Yes.
and then it's like, but then we look for the next best thing.
Right.
And
100%.
that I think is really frustrating and makes it really really hard to lock
Yeah.
in or commit to people.
Yeah, I agree. It's the looking for the next best thing fact of it all that I feel like is just so unfortunately common. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And like, yeah, I don't know what or why. And maybe it's also common in like straight relationships
I
and
think
things,
so
but
too nowadays. Yeah.
yeah, but I do feel like, I don't know, in the gay, I think we've talked about this before, but just like even being at like a gay party or something like that, it's like people are constantly like, the eyes are constantly moving around the
They're
room.
literally
Like,
having a conversation with you and you can see them looking at someone else, and I'm like,
yeah,
nice.
yeah, and you're like, Can we focus for a second, or
Yeah,
can we just
yeah.
like be in this moment?" So yeah, I do think that that's like a very common thing.
Mm,
I don't know. It's well, this kind of leads into this one. A lot of people don't want a relationship; they just want attention.
for sure.
And I feel like that's kind of along the same vibe.
No, 100%. I fully agree. I mean, I feel like it's like the tough part now is that people are very vocal now about not wanting a relationship. I feel like, I obviously there's some people who still like fake it and like whatever, but a lot of people are more like confident saying that they don't want a relationship now and they just want like attention. They just want like, they
Yeah.
won't say they want attention, but they are like, oh, I am more into casual
Right.
connections, like,
Yeah.
or whatever. But it's like they're doing all the relationship things with these casual connections, but like
Yeah.
probably with a roster full of people,
Right. And it's
you
like
know,
they're just it's like it's getting that fix, you know? People
getting
want
that fix.
the cuddles, people want the dates, people want the romance and the cuteness, but they don't want the commitment at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like so crazy. I like recently was talking to this boy and we were just having a good time. Whatever, it was casual. But then after like
So he ran it through your cat.
I don't have a cat. I don't own a cat. I don't have any pets actually. I would love a dog sometime.
Honestly, woof woof.
Meow. No, but basically like we hung out a couple times and we hooked up, and then like the second or third time he brings up the fact that he has a husband. And I'm like, work.
I cannot.
You could have mentioned that like
You
two
know,
hangouts
right.
ago or like
Yeah.
before that. And then on top of that, then he's like, yeah, my husband lives in this part of town and I live in this part of town. And I'm like, so you guys don't live together? You guys are in this, like, I'm assuming open relationship, I hope, because goddamn. and then like, and then you're out here just spending the night with me. I don't know. And maybe I'm just like, maybe I'm just old school in that sense, I guess. I don't know. But like, it is unconventional, and I'm not knocking anybody for it, because like, if it works for you, it works for you. But at the same time, I'm like, sometimes I'm like, what does this commitment mean then? You know?
Like, what is the point of being married? No shade.
Yeah, because it's like, you're not living together. You're not sharing the space. You're not making a home together. I don't know.
No, I literally have been seeing memes like reels or whatever on social media in regards to like I literally just saw this one where it's like two guys holding hands on the beach and they're walking, and the one husband is like, you can see he like sees something, and he pushes the other husband out, and he's like, stop, the hot guy will think that we're dating or something. And then it like pans to the husband. He's like, I'm your husband. What do you mean? Like, whatever. And it's like, I'm like, are we really like making memes about that now? Because it's like, also, this is like, I think the thing that I would be scared of in regards to open relationships, when it becomes so, like, when you have that door open, it's like, yeah, of course you're always going to be like hungry for the next best thing. So it's like, you're like probably with your husband, you see a hot guy and you're like, oh.
It's like,
you know, like, ooh, like I got my eyes on something, because like I'm allowed to do so in this thing. But it's like, then it's because this becomes boring then, what you have at home. And then you're like, wait, because you're allowing the opportunity to, you know what I mean? Which again, I think that there's different ways to do it.
Yeah.
I think that some couples really thrive on it, and they're like, you know, they do everything together. It's like a joint thing and whatever. But sometimes I'm like, I wouldn't want to be like, marriage is such a big thing to me. That's like, I wouldn't want to like go through all those steps to then get to the point where I'm like, ooh, wait, no, like I'm trying to hit on this guy. You know?
I think there's a level of respect there.
If
you're with a partner, because okay, let's say you're polyamorous, right? Like, that's fine. But if you're with your partner, like letting go of their hand or shoving them to the side, or basically, I mean, I know that's probably an exaggeration in the video, but at the same time, it's like, you know, shunning your partner off so that you can get attention from someone else in that moment, that never feels good.
No.
Even if you're in, I feel like, you know, at least acknowledge the fact that we're together, and you could be like, hey, we're polyamorous, but like, you know, you're cute or whatever, but like, acknowledge the partner that you're with, you know, like there's just a level of respect there. So I agree. I don't know. Honestly, polyamory is not for me, but I feel like even if I were, I would at least want that level of respect.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I have one that's funny. People who clap when the plane lands should sit together in a special section.
Oh yeah, special section off the plane in the back. Like, girl, please, like
just shut up.
Shut up.
Like,
people
it's
just,
it's so annoying. It's so
like,
annoying.
why is that even a thing?
It's like, wow, boosh.
Like, we don't need to be clapping, babe. Like,
yeah, I'm gonna clap when you get off.
Yeah. I'll cheer too. Woohoo, you know what I mean? Yeah, we don't need to be clapping on the plane.
No.
That's so
the friend who says I don't care where we eat is always the pickiest.
Oh my God. I am looking at exhibit A right here in my eye view.
Yeah.
I literally, and I mean it. Like, I ask you because I'm like, hey, where do you want to eat? Because I know that you don't like certain things. And then you're like, no, I don't care. And I'm like,
Well, I will say I can typically find something anywhere.
yeah, but if we're not gonna go to a Mexican restaurant.
I literally can go to a Mexican restaurant and find food.
What are you gonna eat?
I can get like fajitas where I just eat like the chicken and the steak.
Okay, period. Okay, work.
Yeah.
Okay,
That's like been like my new I found something. And then I'll eat like the tortilla by itself.
but you won't eat them together.
No.
Okay, well, that's yeah.
No shade though.
No, babe. Embarrass yourself, why don't you? Just kidding. No.
Every friend group has one person who would absolutely survive a cult. What is your take on that? And who would you
I was gonna say who would be the one to survive? Okay, I mean I agree. Like I think that's valid. Who would be the one to survive? I feel like Nathan would be the one to survive.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel like he'd be the leader.
No, I feel like he would end up running the show.
He would be the leader. I feel like I could definitely fall into a cult.
You 100%. I'd be like, she's a goner. I'd be like, please.
Yeah, I think that could definitely be a potential.
I also don't think, to be fair, I don't think Nathan would fall into one because I think he's too like logical and realistic. But if he were, like, I think he would be the one to survive.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't think I would either like fall into one. But if I did, I don't know.
But like, do you have to survive a cult? Isn't a cult just a cult?
Sometimes, yeah, they be killing people sometimes.
Like killing each other?
Yeah.
Oh god.
Hello, drink the Kool-Aid. Have you not heard of that?
Oh.
Yeah, girl. So
Wow.
you gotta survive. And sometimes it's like,
Oh, I'm the first one to go.
yeah, girl. I was like,
I'm the
she's like,
sacrificial
I will
lamb.
drink the Kool-Aid.
I'm like, yeah, it tastes good.
No, girl. Yeah, you gotta survive that. Right?
Yeah.
Oh my god. Not as a cult, just a cult. Isn't it just a cult?
Here
like,
I
what's
go.
the big deal?
No,
Yeah.
wait,
You're like, what's the big deal? If you got in one, like, so what?
I'm like, do you get like a little membership badge or
Oh
something?
my gosh,
Like,
she is a goner. I lost cause,
you
honestly.
check in at the front desk, like.
Oh my god. Wait, I have a good one.
Okay.
Not every boundary is healthy. Sometimes it's avoidance.
This is so real, so real. And I've maybe been on the flip end of it my whole life where like I have felt like I've always been an open book. So like maybe my boundaries haven't been the strongest, especially when I was younger. They definitely aren't more so now. But I do personally think that people with these insane boundaries, it makes it very hard to get close to them. And then I feel like you're not able to foster or cultivate very depthful friendships or relationships because you have such a wall up and
Yeah.
you're so at all times protecting your peace and whatever, which like, listen, you should definitely protect your
Yeah.
peace. But I do think that there comes a point where you have to sacrifice a little bit in order to foster a meaningful friendship. Like sometimes you have to do something that you don't necessarily want to do in that moment, and that'll be like a token of like, this is me showing my love for you. You know what I mean? And I feel like this generation has kind of lost that a little bit because we're so, all these inspirational quotes all over social media, like put yourself first, be selfish, like protect your peace, protect your energy,
Know your
protect your
worth,
aura,
like
know
all
your
that.
worth, like all
Mhm.
these things. And so it's like these ideas in our head that like we should always be the focal point of like our life and our whatever. And it's like sometimes like you have to let somebody else have the spotlight, and like that's like, because I feel like, to me at least, love and friendships and relationships are what life is about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? First and foremost. And I feel like the people that have these intense, overly strong boundaries often don't get to experience the depthful relationships. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I agree 100%. It's funny. I actually saw like a video a while back. It was like on social media, and it was like, someone talking to the camera, and it was like, let's bring back inconveniencing ourselves for our friends.
Yes.
And listen, I'm not saying that we have to like bend over backwards every day and exhaust ourselves. Like, I get it. Shit happens. And sometimes we are overworked and tired and we need a moment to ourselves. Take that moment. But at the same time, it's like, we pick and choose those moments. You know what
A
I mean? Like,
hundred
if
percent.
this is somebody that you really are like, I want this person in my life, or they mean this to me,
Yeah.
or they're important to me, then like, yeah, inconvenience yourself a little bit. Like,
Yeah.
yeah, you might be tired, but you're gonna go to your friend's showcase because you want to support them. Like, you know what I
Correct.
mean? Like,
Correct.
and again, you don't have to do it every time. I've had moments too where like, you know, I have to be up at 5 a.m. and I'm like, listen, I'm not going to your 12 p.m. show because there's just no
A
way.
100%.
But it's like, if you can go and if you can be there for that person.
Right.
And I think, like you said, there has been this movement, which is good and bad. Like, the good part about it is that people are taking care of themselves and like speaking up for themselves, but also to what extent?
Right.
Like,
Right.
you know, where, like you said, we're not allowing ourselves to let the walls down and let the guards down and open up to these people and become vulnerable and create those quality time moments with them
Yeah.
because
Yeah.
we're just so set on that boundary.
Right, right. I mean, I think that's honestly something that really attracted me to you in regards to friendship. Like, I think that I had seen you already doing that for other people in your life. And then when you started doing it for me, I was like, oh, this is like a really real person. And, you know, a lot of people are like, oh, it's so hard to make friendships, like real,
Yeah.
authentic friendships in LA. And I'm like, I fully agree to that sentiment. But when you do find someone that is willing
Yeah.
to inconvenience themselves for you
Yeah.
to make you feel special or to make you feel supported, or
Yeah.
my God, you total your car and your best friend is
Mm-hmm.
going out to dinner with someone and literally drops it just to be there for you because they know that's like a moment that they really
Yeah.
needed you. It's like,
Of course.
you're a real person, and like this friendship is going to continue to develop. And now the
Right.
first opportunity that I get to inconvenience myself to support you, I
Yeah.
am going to be happy to do
Of
so.
course.
And
Of course.
that's to me what life is about.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree. I agree 100%. I mean, yeah, take care of yourself, but also be there for your people, you know?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've had like specific people in my life that are like that. And sometimes even when you're with them, it's like even certain conversations and stuff, like you feel like you can't be fully candid with them.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? So it's like not even in regards to like showing up places, or sometimes it's even in regards to like conversations and stuff. And they're like, like I don't, you know, like and it's like, again, you shouldn't have to like talk about anything that you don't want to talk
Yeah.
about or like whatever. But if there's like such a boundary
Yeah.
at all times in all avenues of you,
Right.
then it's like, I feel like at some point I'm going to stop trying.
Right. I
You know?
agree. Yeah. Yeah. At some point, there's nowhere else to go, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like no shade. Actually, Mom.
You're like, maybe a little bit. Oh my God.
Ooh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Your best friend should absolutely be allowed to tell you that your partner sucks.
Oh my gosh. Yes. Yes. I know people who get upset at that, or I know people who get like literally mad, or like I've talked to just friends of friends or whatever that are like, I could not say that to so and so because they will get mad. And I'm like, that is crazy because you're looking out for them. And I don't know, maybe it is like if you have a friend that is constantly just like ragging on all your guys, I get that it can be exhausting, but then it's like, maybe we talk about that. Like, why
Let's
is
chat
it?
with
Like,
them.
let's chat with them. Let's be
Yeah.
like, what is it? Are you just really that protective of me as a friend? Like, okay, then maybe reel it back a little bit. Or is it really that I have this pattern that like I can't shake? You know what I mean? Like sometimes we don't want to hear it because we know what that means to us. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? And we know that maybe we're part of the problem here.
Yeah, I just think that there's always a way that you can do it. And if they're really your best friend, like you should be able to talk about anything. I understand what it's like to not want to hurt someone's dreams, you know, if they're
Mhm.
really in la la land and like really like, oh my God, I'm just so in love or whatever. And it's like you're the one that's seeing the red flags, and
Mhm.
maybe they're not. However, I think that it's a more than anything, it's a token of love sometimes to be the bad guy.
Yeah.
Like I really care about you, so I'm gonna make this
Right. Right.
noticeable to you. Like I'm
Yeah.
gonna show you the red flags that maybe you're not seeing.
Yeah.
And if you choose to be mad at me, then that's
Yeah.
fine. But I know that I'm doing this with good intention because I'm trying to protect you and your future, whatever. And
Right.
sometimes that may even create distance and space within the friendship.
Well,
You know?
yeah, that was going to be my follow-up question to that. Like, okay, let's say, because this is a real life case matter, right? Like, let's say your friend has been dating someone. I don't know. It could have been a short time, let's say, but at first the guy seemed all great or the person seemed all great. And then all of a sudden that person seems not great, but now they're going to get married.
Oof.
do you tell that person, like, I don't think this is the person you should get married to? Even if, like, let's say you knew that that person was going to not be your friend after that, would you still tell them?
If I loved them enough, yes.
Yeah.
Like if that was someone like yeah, like
Yeah.
if that's my best friend, like
Yeah.
if you were gonna marry someone,
Yeah.
like you were planning on marrying someone and they were not treating you
Mm-hmm.
how I feel like you deserve to be treated, or I felt like you were never gonna live a fulfilled life, I would tell you,
Yeah.
even if that meant like
Yeah.
letting go of the friendship.
Yeah.
And like it would just be what it
Yeah.
was. But I feel like if that happened and you still decided to marry them or whatever, like, and you know, were like came back to me at one point, we're like, wow, you were so right, like whatever.
Right.
Like I feel like I would still be there to help you pick up the pieces.
I agree. For me, it's like because I've been not to that gravity of a situation, but a similar situation where I have had to talk to a friend about their partner and be like, hey, I don't think this is right. You know, like, I think
Yeah.
there's something wrong here. Or just like, this is not the right person for you. And as much as it sucked to do that, because I knew it would gonna kind of crumble the friendship, I still did it because I was like, I hope that down the line, if things get to a point where you need to leave, you can at least hear my voice in the back of your head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Like, you can at
100%.
least be like, I know that I'm not alone in thinking this. I'm not crazy. I know that I've heard this before. So, like, I'm going to make that decision to leave, you know?
I was on the other side of it, kind of. Like I lived with one of my best friends, and I lived with my ex-boyfriend at the time. And everyone in my life kind of knew that this was like not going to be the person for me, and that this person was not necessarily treating me how I deserved to be treated. I was not operating at a high frequency throughout the relationship. And so me and my like best friend at the time, like we distanced ourselves. Like we lived together, we never hung out. And
Mm.
like that was definitely my bad, you know, like I wasn't prioritizing, and I was kind of like, you just get so caught up in like the toxic thing, and it's like you just want to do anything to make this relationship work, that you're willing to sacrifice like the closeness of your friendships. And I think that that's the real unfortunate part. But you know, again, once I was out of it and in the clear and now healed, I look back and I'm like, dang, I'm so sorry, you know, I've apologized. And you know, he's been there to help me pick up the
Yeah.
pieces since then, and everything's fine now. But yeah, that's like a real thing.
Yeah, that's real. And sometimes that's hard to get back to, but at the same time, it's not impossible, you know?
Right.
Yeah. Um, oh my God, that's funny. Okay, wait. This is more like just a lighthearted one, but if you walk slowly in a crowded area, you should have to pull over like a car. I say that because
Wait, if you walk slowly in
in a crowded area, you should have to pull over like a car. Honestly,
No,
I
like,
agree.
put that bitch in
Park,
park.
okay? Like, we should have like how we have on the freeway, like lanes, speed lanes. Like, if you're on the
Dude.
right, you're going slower.
I just seen in, I don't know if it's Japan.
Mhm.
I think either in Japan or somewhere, they just created that lane, walking lanes, like on the side of the street. Like this is the slow lane,
Oh my God, work.
and
Yeah,
this is like
the
this
fast
is the
lane.
fast lane. I'm always in the fast lane no matter
Yes,
what.
Me too.
People always complain about how I always walk too fast, and I think I'm just like always like I need to get to point A to point B. Like I have somewhere to go.
Well, they also say that, like, why do gay men walk so fast?
Is that a thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
There's
I've always
always, like-
heard like people always say, oh, it's because you're from the East Coast.
No, I've just heard, like, I've heard that it's like people are always like, there's always memes on social media too, or like videos, jokes, whatever.
Really?
Yeah, how people are like, oh, Google Maps says it'll take me 20 minutes to walk there, but I'm gay, so it'll take me 10.
Honestly, that's so real.
And it's like, why do we walk so fast?
I don't know. I just am always like,
I'm the same
I
way.
just
I'm like,
I gotta get somewhere.
yeah.
We do the same thing when we're eating too.
Yeah, oh my God.
Like we're both like, oh,
Yeah.
done.
I get that for sure from like my mom. Because
Yeah.
I feel like also just my parents are very like go people, you know, and my mom especially. That my mom was always the kind of mom who would be like cooking and serving us food, and she'd be like eating as she's cooking or eating on the counter, and then she'd be like taking us to school and then going to work, and like she was always on the go. Yeah. Like I picked that up from her. Like honestly, sometimes I'll get home in between like sessions or classes or something, and I'll find myself just like standing up and eating, and I'm like, sit down. Like you can sit down for 15 minutes. It's fine.
Yeah.
You know, so like I think that's maybe not the best habit. I do need to like slow down when it comes to
Right, I
that.
agree.
But it is such a thing. I don't know. But I'm the same way when I walk.
Yeah. See. Oh my god, this is a real like this is a read to us.
Wait. Oh my God. This is kind of funny. Oh, wait. Did you
No,
have
no,
one?
no, it's fine. Go.
No, go.
I mean, we don't even have to discuss it. I just think it's funny. The gay community complains about hookup culture when actively participating.
Oh, 100%. Guilty as charged,
Yeah,
okay?
like, and do. And what?
And will. I'll keep I'll keep complaining.
No, I will for sure keep complaining.
But
and
it's like
I will also keep participating.
Yeah, I'm a part of the problem. Listen.
Yeah. Until my husband like sweeps me up off my feet.
Right. Oh, 100%.
But I'm single, so let me know.
This one's funny. There should be a Yelp for exes.
Oh.
What do you think your rating would be? Truthfully.
It's like I would be maybe like, I mean, I feel like I would only really have 2 ratings.
Okay, and what would they be?
I think like, but if it was averaged out, it would be like a 5 because I think 1 would give me a 10 and I think 1 would give me like a 0, so it would end up like at 5.
Wait, okay, but out of 5 stars, like what would your rating be? So 5 and 0.
So then it would be like
A
the
3.
average would be like 2.5.
Okay, 3. Yeah. I feel like I'd be like a 3.5, maybe 4. Not quite there, but like, not the worst.
Yeah.
Okay, maybe a 3.
Yeah, like
3.5.
I would have, I'd have 2, like I'd have a really good review and then a really bad review. And
I think it would be like, mine would be, I look back at like how I was in my past relationships and I was just so afraid to like dive deep
yeah.
that like I definitely had a wall up. So I feel like that kind of caused some issues, So, yeah. Oh, am I boring? I'm just kidding.
Yeah, God, move on to the next one, please.
The funniest person in the friend group is usually the most emotionally unstable.
100%, it's me. 100%. People literally actually like a lot of comedians have, this is like dark, but a lot of comedians have killed themselves, like, or whatever, which is like it's so interesting to think about because sometimes like the people who show up with like the lightest energy in the room and like are like the funniest and the warmest and like the most that you're like attracted to their like spirit are often like the most like deeply wounded and whatever. And I think that is so fascinating how like comedy is tied to like internal war ground. You know what I mean? Like statistically has been.
Yeah. I think it's like sometimes it's like that's how you deal with your like trauma and your I guess emotional instability. Like you use humor is the way that you let that out.
Yeah. I mean, I think just speaking from my personal experience, like I would say that I've been through a lot in life, like been through probably more than the average person. And I turn everything into comedy. Like everything is funny to me. But it's just like a way to keep the darkness light.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to just like walk around like making other people feel your heaviness or some of the things that you've been through. When it's like you can bring light to them and it to be able to make people smile from them, I feel like helps you heal from some of the things that you've been through.
I agree.
Sometimes I do it like in access and maybe I could cool it a little bit, but it makes the heaviness lighter. I don't know.
Yeah. A coping mechanism. Sleeping with socks on is suspicious behavior.
That is disgusting.
I let them breathe, babe.
That is disgusting. Like, I'm so sorry. That's such a red flag. Like, take your fucking socks off.
Take your socks off.
Like, that is so...
I guess, like, okay, if it's like...
bitch, I know your feet are sweating. Like, I know your
Well, okay, I was going to say, if it's, like, cold out and your feet are naturally, like, some people have, like, what is it? Like, when you're...
Anemia.
Yeah, like, anemic. When your, like, toes and fingers, like, okay, I get it. If you have a heater, babe, turn it on. But also, I like to be cozied up in my bed, like, so, like...
No,
let the
need
blankets
to be frigid when I'm sleeping. Like, I want it to be so cold that like there's like icicles on my eyelashes. But I like to be like
From the tears you be crying.
no, genuinely, yeah, probably. But like I just like to be like cuddled up,
Yeah.
like snuggled up in bed and like
Yeah.
whatever. But like yes, the socks to sleep has always been so
Yeah.
weird to me. Like no shade. But
Again, like, yeah. I think I've only done it maybe a couple times when I'm like in the cold and I'm like my feet are cold. But like, no, babe. I think also just like being a fitness instructor, any chance that I get to like let my feet breathe, I like let them breathe because girl, we are sweating, we're working out, we're in the like I'm like, no, we have to let them breathe.
we need
you
to
know?
like a moment.
Yeah. So like I just think it's like ooh, like I get
yeah,
icked out when it's like the socks
yeah.
are on.
No. Me too. Some friendships last too long because nobody wants to be the bad guy.
Honestly, exhibit A. I'm just kidding. Just-
Clogged.
I'm like, honestly, I'm only doing this because I felt bad for you. No, I'm just kidding.
Let's end it here.
Yeah, thank you so much for listening, everybody.
Um,
No. I guess, yeah, that I feel like that can be totally the case.
100%.
Yeah.
I like, and I feel like I'm even guilty of this, like, where it's like I can like someone or be like, oh, you're a cool person, and just really try to make a friendship work out of like, I don't want to say empathy, but like, like there's been a lot of times in my life where I feel like maybe like this person has needed my friendship more than I've needed
Yeah.
theirs,
Yeah.
and I am just like a compassionate person. So
Yeah.
I'm like, oh, like let me just give them my energy because I feel like they need it. Maybe at this point in their life when it's like when maybe the friendship is not really serving me.
Yeah.
And so I feel like that is an example of someone not wanting to be the bad guy and like being like, hey, listen, like, it's also really hard to say to someone, I like who you are as a person, but I just don't think that we should be friends. Like I don't see you as like someone as a friend in my life. So oftentimes people are just like, oh yeah, I'll go get lunch with this person
Right.
once every few months just to like keep the interaction
Yeah,
going.
yeah.
When it's like, is that really
Right.
something that's
I
serving you?
agree. I agree with that. Really, you put it in the best way possible, I think, is because I relate to that. Is like when you feel like somebody needs that friendship or needs that energy. Like I think we both are similar in that way when it comes to people. Just like we want people to feel safe at home, comfortable. Like I never want anyone to feel like neglected or just anything. So I am the same way. Like I'll definitely, if I like someone's energy, if I think they're a sweet person, whatever, like, yeah, let's grab lunch and stuff. And sometimes it just ends up that like, okay, maybe we don't really have that much in common, or maybe maybe we won't be like best friends because we just don't spend our time the same way or whatever it is.
Right.
But it's like hard to, how do you tell someone that,
No.
So it can be hard to then separate yourself in that sense. But it's not because you don't like them. It's just because you're probably just not compatible in that sense.
Yeah.
No.
I could think of a few.
Oh my God.
No, I'm kidding.
On that note.
Yeah.
This has been so fun. So blessed.
Blessings.
Well, love you guys so much. Thank you for tuning in. We have more to come, so stay tuned. Illy, Emily.
Which is about.